Welcome back. We have an exciting video today. We are doing recipes in a jar, which is one of my favorite things to do, and I haven't done this in quite some time. I have so many ideas for what we could put in jars, but today what we're going to do is we are going to make some seasoned rice mixes. So I am going to start off by adding 1.5 cups of rice into my jar. And also welcome back. I'm Carrie. This is Keep It Simple DIY. I'm so glad you're here. All right, let's see. Whoa, that's all right. Our first recipe that we are going to be doing is just a regular old seasoned rice, and we are going to start by using some bouillon. Any kind of bouillon would do. This is the Knorr brand, and I am just going to add a little bit in there. We're not measuring, we're just going with our heart, but you could absolutely measure. I will link the recipes below. This is some minced onion. And these are so simple because it's literally dump and go. We're going to dump and go into the jar, and then we can kind of dump and go, for the most part, out of the jar. So this is quite a bit of parsley. And then we'll do a little bit less of basil. Of course we need garlic powder. Thought it was out because it's almost always out. We will need to refill this one. A little bit of dill weed. This is funny, I've seemed to just line them all up there. We're also going to do some seasoned salt, but we don't want to go too heavy on that. And for some extra flavor, some lemon pepper. Just a little bit. So that was so quick and easy. I need to get a lid and a ring on it. You could use ones that are reusable. I'm going to use these lids that I bought in 2020, and they're not proven to be safe for canning, so I think this is a great option for it. I'm going to call this chicken seasoned rice. We will get that on there. Add a ring, and our first one is already done. This is super quick, and you don't have to get out all of the ingredients on the day of. The way that I would prepare this is I would grab either some oil or some butter or a mixture of both. I would get it melted in the pan or the pot or whatever you're using, and then I would dump the entire thing in, toast the spices and the rice together, and then add water. So this is 1.5 cups. If you're using a pressure cooker, add 1.5 cups of water. And if you're using the stove, use 3 cups of water. So basically doubled for the stove or singled for the pressure cooker, and you'll have some amazing rice. On to the next. The next recipe is an herbed garlic rice. So we are going to start off just the same by adding 1.5 cups of rice. And this one is garlic focused, so we are going to add a lot of garlic powder. And we are also going to add a lot of parsley. And then some bouillon. A little bit of coriander. And some black pepper. And there we have it, some herbed garlic rice. The next rice mix we are going to make is an Indian masala rice mix. Oops, spilling a little bit, but that's okay. We'll get our rice in here. And we are going to measure this one out. We are going to do 1/2 tablespoon of cumin and coriander. And then 3/4 teaspoon of both turmeric and garam masala. And then 1/4 teaspoon of coriander and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And this is our Indian masala. We are on to our fourth rice mix, and this is going to be something just called Moe's Mix. I don't know what exactly we'd call it, but it does have a tomato sauce in it, and I'm going to use some tomato powder instead. And what you haven't been seeing is that almost every time I try to fill the jar, I spill. So that has been interesting. That very first time, I don't know how I did it so well without spilling. But I think I'm getting the hang of it now. Whoa, well, see, there we go. Okay, we need for this one some garlic, decent amount. That might be a little too much, but we'll see. Some tomato powder, quite a bit of minced onion, some black pepper, and then just a little bit of these other spices. There is cumin and chili powder. I said those backwards. We just did the chili powder. Whoa! That got in my nose. Oh, that was quite a bit. That's okay. And a tiny pinch of cayenne. Oh my goodness, my nose. I don't want to accidentally put too much of this in there. Whew, chili powder. All right, we have our tomato seasoned rice. Get the lid on it, and we are 4 out of 5. Well, one more to go. I was just rereading through the tomato seasoned rice recipe, and it said to cook it in broth, and so I'm going to add in some bouillon instead. Okay. Moving right along though, the next one is a Texas Roadhouse copycat seasoned rice. I've actually never had the seasoned rice at Texas Roadhouse, so I'm not sure how it's supposed to taste, but we are going to get in 1.5 cups, and I went a little shy on that cup because I didn't want to spill it, so we'll go a little higher on this one. I'm getting the skills down. Okay, we need garlic powder, again, of course. Parsley, and this is actually, whoa! Oh goodness, this is parsley from the garden. That's okay. We're going to put some chicken broth in here, or bouillon. This is the Knorr brand. Did I tell you that already? I really like the Knorr brand. Some minced onion is going in. And also onion powder. We're using both. And would you believe it? This is the first one that is called for any salt. Everything else had salty ingredients, but this one has its own salt. We're also going to add a little bit of pepper, some paprika, tiny bit of cayenne, where we use this to make sure we don't accidentally put too much in. And then the recipe calls for soy sauce, and I'm going to use umami seasoning instead. It'll give us that same flavor profile, just without having to use soy sauce. So there we go. Our Texas Roadhouse rice is complete. Alrighty, there you have it, our 5 DIY rice mixes that are great for easy, convenient meals. Just a reminder that if you're going to be cooking these, I recommend browning them in a little bit of oil and butter before you add your water and cook them. That'll just give it a little bit extra flavor. But I am very excited to have these on my shelf, and I know what ingredients are in them. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. If you're interested in more videos like this, I made some marinades last year, and I will link that video here. They turned out so good. And I also did copycat recipes of condiments that you can get at restaurants and fast food places. So if you're interested in seeing that, I will link it here. Thanks so much for being here. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.